Aslema and Asma, and you're listening to PM Conversations, the podcast. This is an extraordinary, unplanned, unscripted episode that doesn't actually fit in either of the series, but I don't know, I might later create a new series and call it, for example, The Extraordinary Things in Life. Anyways, I might just leave it like that. But today, I'm here to talk about one of the most special, most valuable, most needed, most treasured, most cherished, most sought relationships in life. That is the bond of sisterhood. And I know that such a beautiful concept or feeling is so hard to it's not hard to talk about, but I feel like it's heavy and words cannot just like do it justice, but I'll try my best. Anyways, I don't know why my heart is beating so fast. I feel like I've practiced this in my head for a billion times, but now that I'm actually doing it, I'm running out of words. So I went and Googled sisterhood just to find a hook to start with, and according to dictionary.com, it says that sisterhood is an organization of women with a common interest as for social, charitable, business, or political purposes, blah, 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 irrelevant. And then the other definition is that it's a congenial relationship or companionship among women, mutual female esteem, concern, support, etc., usually the sisterhood. Amen. So, what I like the most is that it's a companionship and there is mutual female esteem, there is mutual concern, and especially support. I feel like sisterhood is the source of the most support you can get in your life. There is no one that is going to give you support just like a friend over the internet, just like a female friend, like just like a sister in your life, okay? Be it a friend online, be it a coworker, be it a relative, be it someone you went to school with, someone you met this year. It doesn't matter. It's not with time, by the way. It's not with time. It's measured with support, love, and situations. So to all the women and the girls listening to me right now, when I say sisterhood, there are a few faces, at least one. There is at least one face that is going to pop up in your head that represents that concept for you. That represents support, love, unconditional usually, in your life. There is that one source of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful feminine energy that you know is going to be there for you. You can talk to her about anything. You can share your thoughts, knowing that you will never be judged. You will just be supported, advised maybe. I feel like the most important thing we get from our female friends and from like the girls in our lives is that we relate to them, they relate to us, that they validate us, they validate our feelings, they don't call you crazy. The notion of support is the reason why I started Sister Safe Space on Tumblr. And I wouldn't have done that, wouldn't have started that without the support of my sisters. These beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls from all across the globe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala architected and engineered a magical way to put us in each other's lives, to provide a beautiful energy and support for each other. And they completely changed my life. I love them to the moon and back. No backs, actually. I love them for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I love them so much. Even that life is trying to like pull us apart, make everyone busy with her own life. But what's in the heart is in the heart. The bond is always there. The love is always there. Whenever any of us is in trouble or is facing an issue, we always run to each other and we're always there for each other. Alhamdulillah. And that is empowering. That is life-changing. That makes you feel invincible. Added to the notion of support, there is the notion of validation, which is, I think, as girls, we really crave that in a way. It makes us feel safe, maybe. It makes us feel valid. It makes us feel that Our thoughts are not insane, we haven't gone crazy, and we are right in what we're feeling. And I don't know if you're familiar with the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I know it's an old book, and you're probably rolling your eyes at me, but it still did say some things that I would like to share. My favorite part when he says that men are solution oriented. So whenever there is a problem, guys would just like fix it. They would think about it until they fix it. They wouldn't share. They wouldn't talk about it. They would just think of a way to fix it. They would find a solution. But girls, like women, they're not solution oriented. They just like to discuss, talk about it, and talk again and talk again. It's okay, but the more we talk about it, the more we share, the better we feel. We just want to talk about it. But I'm sure like he said it in a way that is like more fashionable, but anyways, that's beyond the point. What I'm trying to say is, it reminds me, again, this is unscripted, so bear with me. Try to follow my trail of thoughts. I have seen a video recently. I talked about it with one of my girls. So what this lady was basically saying is that the reason why women outlive men is that they talk about their problems. Us women, we talk about our problems when we're having problems. So the more we share, the more we talk about it with our friends, with our sisters, with our family, whatever is around us, female, or like whichever females are around us, it will alleviate the stress. It will make us feel better. It will make us feel less lonely. So it will calm maybe the cortisol levels. It will calm the anxiety. It will basically talking about it and sharing your problems with other women helps you not resolve the problem, but resolve your attitude to the problem, maybe resolve your reaction to the problem and minimize the damages. Whereas guys don't do that. And that's why they would have higher cortisol level. They are more prone and more likely to get heart attacks and high blood pressure and all those related diseases. And she even went on to say that the more women you surround yourself with, the more women and sisters, like sisters, not biological sisters, but sisters, that you have in your life, and the more women you talk to, the higher your chances to live longer. And if that's not mind-blowing, if that's not powerful, I don't know what is. And I know firsthand that we do need support, and we do need to talk about stuff, and we do need validation, and we do need sharing, because for most of like my early stages of life, I was craving that. I didn't have that, and I was looking for that. I mean, unfortunately, I wasn't brought up close to my biological sister, or like I didn't. I mean, there was like the big age gap and all of that, but also I couldn't relate to the females in my family, in my immediate family at least. And from like, I remember that from such a young age, I was looking outside the house for what I couldn't have inside the house. So it was like my classmates, the neighbors, stuff like that. I was always looking for that bond. I was always looking for that sisterhood. I was always looking for that safety. So much so that when I was old enough, I decided to become that person that I was looking for to other people, to other girls. I decided to become the older sister. I decided to become the sister that like you can run to, you can come to whenever you're feeling not okay. We can talk about it. I will be there to support you. I will be there to give you whatever you need. Because unlike what they say in Arabic, فاقد الشيء هو أحسن شخص يعطيه. Anyways, I guess what I'm trying to say, girls, is that we wouldn't be able to survive in this exhausting life without our sisters. Be it your biological sisters, if you're lucky enough, your neighbor, your best friend, your childhood friend, whatever, like whomever, as long as you have one, at least. So I just want you to like appreciate them more, know their worth, never take them for granted. If you could like text your person right now, if you could text your sister while you're listening to this and just like tell her you love her and stuff, like that would be super cute.
And no one can replace a sister. Like, not your partner, not your parents, not your child. I think. I haven't experienced that, but probably. But the point is, there are some things as women, as girls, as females, we have the biological, psychological, emotional, mental, whatever you call it, need to like share them with someone that is an equal to us, someone that is like us. They are similar to us, they have a similar heart, they have a similar sense of humor, similar mental issues, someone who understands. Because trust me, guys don't get it. Guys don't get it. And sometimes we try so hard to like make the guy wear that hat of the best friend, but they're gonna fail at it. Maybe not so much. Maybe some of them they will pass, and maybe some of them will do a great job at it. Maybe at the goofing around, the playing, the joking, the I don't know, singing in the car or whatever. But some things a guy's mind cannot process. And you need a girl for that. You need your sister for that. And womanhood, girlhood is challenging and scary and confusing sometimes. So the best you can do is have someone to walk down that path with you, to have someone share that rich journey with you, the journey of becoming the best woman you're supposed to be. I don't know, honestly, I don't know where my trail of thoughts is going, but all I want to say before I lose track is that I'm very, very, very grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for putting all these amazing sisters in my life. It was such a blessing having each and every one of like the sisters in my life, even though they are so different from different backgrounds. I've met them through different channels, but I love them like in ways that I cannot describe, and I cannot imagine my life without any single one of them. No, let me say that again. I love you, girls, and I cannot imagine my life without any single one of you. I don't think people could believe that there are some girls in my life that I've never met in real life, but our relationship is, Allahumma barik, so strong. Our sisterhood is so rich and empowering and safe and reassuring. It's insane. Like sometimes I cannot fathom these ideas. Like, how can I know this girl so well, know her worst fears and deepest anxieties and biggest dreams, and love her so much, even though I've never met her in real life? But as women and as girls, we are magical. We are extraordinary. And that's why we can make these bonds and we can succeed in these special, sacred relationships and friendships. And the more I think about it, the more I remember the quote that I love so much that says, blood doesn't make family, love does. You don't have to be related to someone. You don't have to be blood with someone. You don't have to share DNA with someone for them to be considered family. But imagine how blessed a person can be if they found love and family in blood. And I am blessed. You know how they say cousins make the best of friends? Okay, but they even make the best of the best, like the bestest. What's the adjective? What's an adjective that is bigger than best? The Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, they make the Cristiano Ronaldo of sisters. So let me get personal and actually tell you the reason why I got the idea, why I got inspired, just opened my laptop, got my microphone and started this. My blood sister turns 30 tomorrow, Allahumma barik, which by the time you're listening, it will be today, so yay! And I couldn't think of another way to celebrate her and her 30 years, Allahumma barik, better than this. My heart is beating faster and I feel like I'm getting red, and you could probably hear the smile on my face. I don't know why, but it's supposed to be a surprise. She has no idea. So, hi, Sisti. For your 30th, I wanted to share our story with the world because I think it's extraordinary and also وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. So yes, my sister is family. We're blood related, but she's not immediate family. And today she would be turning 30, and she has shared half of those years with me, being my sister, being in my life. I had met her when I was 2 years old, I guess. That's when she was born. That's when she came into the family. But we didn't get that close. She was just like that cousin, that distant cousin that you see like in the weddings and the parties and whatever. And we had only gotten close in high school. And yes, family does play a role in like getting us closer because it was family, so it was okay to like sleep at each other's houses and hang out together all the time in the celebrations and the Eids and whatever, in the family gatherings. So that brought us really close. Plus, we just clicked. It was meant to be. She was my soulmate, and she still is. I mean, yeah, we were meant to be. She is my soulmate. Found her. Alhamdulillah. Couldn't be any more blessed. And the rest is history. We just became inseparable. Which reminds me, in one of the marriage episodes, I think in the very first marriage episode, I did say that I don't believe that a soulmate is just romantic. You could have like an infinite number of soulmates. My sister is my soulmate. My father is my soulmate. My best friend's my soulmate. Like it's not just romantic. And that's my own experience. That's my own belief. If you don't accept that, that's on you. It's okay. I don't mind. I'm just sharing my own experience. But anyways, if you're listening, you might think, okay, so what's special? She's your cousin and you became inseparable. You went to the same high school. You probably had like cute stories and so much in common. What's extraordinary is that 15 years later, we're only going stronger. Allahumma barik. Like when you think that, yeah, whatever, it's been 5 years, it's been 7 years, it's been 10 years, it's been like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, 15, okay. But like eventually, you like it's going to fade away. You're busy now. Both of you are married. You live in 2 different continents. There are 2 seas like between us. 2 seas and the 3-hour time difference. We're on different time zones. She's a mother, Allahumma barik. She has a toddler to be between her legs, keeping her so busy, Allahumma barik. But we kind of defied. We're I don't know, like if I don't know what to say. We are magical. We defy all the laws of like adulthood and time zones and all the circumstances. When my sister gave birth, she had just given birth. She had just gotten a C-section. She had just gotten out of surgery, and she was texting me while y'all couldn't get a text back from a guy who was doing nothing. Anyways, my sister doesn't like long podcasts because she loses interest real quick, so I'ma wrap this up. You're turning 30 and I know it's a big deal for you, but it's even a bigger deal for me that you shared and you are sharing half of your life with me. It has been an incredible journey, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for us. And throughout these 15 years, you gave me everything that I was missing family-wise. No, wait, let me fix that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me through you everything that I needed. So I'm grateful to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I love you. I know you just rolled your eyes and said, "تحب فيا شفيا ما يتحب," but hear me out. To the person who knows me the mostest, the person who learned me by heart, the person who has been through it all with me, all my phases, all my versions, loved me, supported me through it all. And hey, by the way, we did have our rough patches. We're sisters after all. We do fight, we do disagree, we do argue, but we're also human. And we learn from our mistakes, we grow, we mature. And I think the most important part is that no matter what, even if we're going through a rough patch, we never, okay, we did go through rough patches, but they're like 2 or 3 in 15 years. So, yeah, what was I saying? The most important thing is that we never left each other's side. and the intensity and the degree and there is this like taste that never faded. There is this intensity that never faltered. Because sometimes after a problem or like after a fallout, you can come back to be friends with the person because you love them and you want them in your life, but it's never the same in a way. But our flame never flickered, and may it never, ever, 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 ever flicker, Yarab. Anyways, you made me who I like, who I am in all my beings in the last 15 years of my life. Like there is a whole personality in me that was forged and developed with you, through us, through me being your sister. And without you in my life, I wouldn't be this version of me. Like, you are my everything. My confidant, my best friend, my partner in crime, my safety net, the only constant in my life for the past 15 years. You're the person I run to whether I'm happy or tired or sad or scared or anxious or just bored, because I know your door is always open for me and I know you understand. I know. I know you know, and I know you get me. You're the B to my S, the M to my N, the Pop to my Vipa, the Salhut to my Zohra, the Ramos to my Ozil, and the list goes on of all the memories and all the silliness and all the moments we've ever shared. So, for the sake of those nights where your small hands would wipe away the tears streaming down my face, and for the sake of the cat we raised that actually cured your cat phobia, forever in our hearts, Iker James Horan. For the sake of the times that I washed your hair for you, for the sake of the times that I made food for you, for the sake of Rams's header that gave us La Decima when my heart was too weak to watch it and you had to tell me the news that we won, for the sake of our depression cakes. You guys, I have to tell you this story. We used to live, like, we were at a certain point, we moved out of the city because we had to, like, I had to do my master's degree and she was doing her engineering degree, and we were roommates, obviously. And I had in those moments, like in those times, I had frequent small depressive episodes. So it was very frequent for me to not be able to get out of bed in the morning and not go to school. And I would just like stay at home, not even see the sunlight, not get past the door for days, up to a week maybe or more. And then when I start feeling better, we would gather, like we would save up from like the allowance or like the expenses money that our families would send us, and we would go to like this small supermarket in the neighborhood, and there was this chocolate cake. It was cheap, and probably it was unhealthy, but it was amazing. It was amazing, and it was so high on chocolate. Wait. Oh my God, I have to talk about the drugged cake. Okay, that's another story. But okay, so the chocolate cake, it used to cure my depression, and we used to share it. And it was so random. Like, just like these two girls having almost a cheap chocolate cake once a month to just like celebrate the end of a depressive episode. It was fun. It was a thing. It was like a tradition. But yeah, the drugged cake. So we moved to another neighborhood, and we went like into a sort of like a hood, and there was like a small place where we used to get like pieces of like slices of cake. It wasn't chocolate. It, like, there were options, but like it was just like a slice of cake, and it was so addictive. I cannot explain how addictive those pieces of cake were. And we would joke that it had drugs. Like, I'm sure it didn't. but we would joke that it had drugs, and especially that it had like this white, creamy substance in the middle, and it would look so weird. And we're like, why is this so addictive? We had to get that piece of cake almost every other day, like I don't know, 3-4 times a week. We be on that cake. It was crazy. It was addictive, but we would joke that I had drugs, but I'm sure I didn't. And for the sake of the fan fiction we wrote, like our fan fiction blog, our gossip blog, which by the way, I just realized that we really need to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's forgiveness for the mountains of bad deeds that we gathered from these two blogs. We have to set them on fire. Anyways, I don't want to broadcast all our secrets and our memories. I want to keep them safe and sacred in our hearts, just the two of us. But most importantly, for our insane telepathy and the infinity of moments that we synced, and the infinity of moments we finished each other's sentences, and the infinity of moments we anticipated each other's reactions, and the infinity of moments that we laughed until tears were involved, our tummies would hurt. And I remember just like last week we were talking about this. Last week we were saying that I think the last time I laughed from the bottom of my heart, I really, really genuinely laughed, was when I was with you, and we were like in our own house, and we would be rolling on the floor laughing until we cannot breathe, and then we would mention a certain someone, because mentioning them would make me so frustrated that I would stop laughing so that I would like gather my breath. And for the sake of the long audios that we exchange throughout the day, just to make this adulthood easier for both of us, and to support each other, and to make each other feel that we are there for each other, and that distance means nothing, and that the fact that I haven't seen you in 2 years means nothing. Correction, 3 years, almost 4 years that we haven't seen each other, and that we're just the same, but we're not the same. We're even closer, and we're even stronger, and we're even more, I don't know, we're more us than ever. And I love you so much that I will not put on the podcast the audio that I asked from you, because I was trying to trick you. So I texted my sister. No, I sent her a voice note, and I said, like, can you just like make a voice note for me where you say something stupid, like anything that we used to say? And then she did, and it was too funny that I would like to protect her decency and not post it, not put it right now on the podcast. But maybe just a word, maybe just 1 second. Let me think. Okay, no, I decided to keep your privacy and your decency, but I have something else I want to play for you. And I know we have a word that we say that is like, نحن نعمل dedicace, but هنعمل like a whole podcast episode. So on this note, I want to end the episode, and I want to tell you, you know, wallah, you know everything. Just never change unless for the better, and never stop being yourself, and never stop annoying me with your long audios, voice notes that are filled with the sound of the wind and I can barely make out the words, but just your presence warms up my heart and brights up my day. And I cannot wait for the next 15 years with you, and 30 years with you, and if we make it, inshallah. And for the girls listening, please share with me. Like, if you want to talk about the sister person in your life, the sister figure, whether biological or not, if you want to talk about your best friend, if you want to talk about what you love about them, if you want to talk about your memories, I feel like we should make a sisterhood day where we just celebrate sisterhood and the sister figures in our life. So I cannot wait for your feedback. I cannot wait to know what you think about this. If you have this person in your life, if you have someone special that can be the sister figure, know that you are blessed. Know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed them in your life for a purpose. Cherish them, love them, protect them at all cost.
Thank you for listening, and I will see you next episode. As for Sister Sistuna,
I love you, Glenn. Thank you for being my sister.
Can't you mind your own business? What is your problem? You're my sister. You're my family. You're all I've got.